Hey everybody, welcome back to our podcast. Thanks for taking some time to listen in and to watch. I'm excited about the guy that I'm going to introduce to you and have you hear a little bit of his family first life story. Eddie, take a quick minute, just kind of introduce yourself to everybody. Tell them a little bit about yourself, about your family, and what your background was before getting introduced to insurance.
Awesome. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for taking out your time because this is pretty cool that Family First gets to do things like this. But so I was actually born and raised in the Bay Area in California. Had a heart to serve, so I actually ended up going to Savannah State University, graduating with a social work degree. Met my wife there, and we ended up moving back to California. So I moved back to California, practicing social work for about 5 years. My wife was studying to get her PhD in biology. During that time, my best friend had hit me up. He said, "You know what, Eddie, you're good with people, and I think you'd be good in this industry. So you should come out to our office, check out what we do." And once they showed me what they did, and then they showed me how much money they made, I said, "This is a no-brainer."
Yeah,
this is a no-brainer. And so, I've been licensed for several years, and now we live out here in Atlanta, Georgia. Just making a difference, man.
Awesome, man. And how many kids?
So I got 4 kids.
Okay.
I got 4 kids. My oldest is 8. Her name is Jada. I have Elijah, who's 6. Joy, who's 3. And my youngest, Jewel, who's 11 months.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure your wife will be proud that you just recited that just like that.
Indeed.
Yeah, because I have 3, and I'm trying to remember what's their name and ages. But anyway.
Yep.
But that's awesome, man. So got introduced to insurance, just because you love helping people, had somebody reach out to you.
Right.
And one of the things we like to talk about here, and we'll get into some details, but just off the top, for us, it's about life change with insurance, right?
Correct.
We talk about changing our clients' lives financially should something unfortunate happen. But as an agent, how is, the insurance industry and then this opportunity with Family First Life, how has that changed your and your family's life?
Man, it's definitely been a game changer for the simple fact that I now have a schedule that I can control to spend that time with my family. When I was working a typical job, 40 hours a week, and my kids had something or my wife had something or a family outing came up, I wasn't able to go. And if I wanted to go, I actually had to take off time, which was not always that easy.
Yeah.
So the fact that I'm actually to be here, I'm able to manage that.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest thing that has helped me and my family out. Always coupled with that is what we make too, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's so awesome. And it's funny because, like, for example, tomorrow my daughter, she plays a cello. Okay. And so she has her last performance or last concert of the year. And it's 6 p.m. tomorrow, where typically, if you work here in Atlanta, you probably work in the city. You're gonna have to be battling traffic to get back home. Because I'm out on the suburbs, if you will. Right. I'm in the metro Atlanta area, but I'm out in the suburbs. And so if I was working a job, it's probably going to be a 9 to 5 somewhere in the city that I got to drive, fight 2 hours of traffic to get back. And like you said, just having that convenience where I know I could schedule my appointments around that. So I have appointments up until 4, a break for a couple hours, go to the performance. And then I have a couple of appointments right after, not even 20, 30 minutes from where I live. I could go out, protect some families, make some income for my family, and just work it around my schedule. That's huge, man. I'm glad you mentioned that up front.
True.
Yeah. So now, being here, getting started, being new to insurance, how long have you been in insurance and with Family First Life, and what was it like just, getting started initially?
All right. Perfect. So just a quick recap. So I originally got my license in 2011. I was working with
another company.
And with that company, I love the fact that we can serve and help families with what they're doing. And so I was a little bit nervous, jumping into the field. And so I had my challenges up front. And then what I realized is that I still had another side job. So I was actually doing social work and not real estate, but personal training.
Okay.
I love sports. I love being around athletes, training athletes. And so I was like, you know what? I can do this insurance thing, or I can still do the social work and personal trainer. So I actually did that. And so I kind of left the insurance alone. I actually left California, moved to Atlanta. And then a buddy of mine, he was like, hey, since you're out in Atlanta, we have an office out here. Come check it out. And I did. I started with the firm again for like a year and a half. But then all of a sudden, my brother-in-law hit me up. He was like, you know what, Eddie? I'm doing real estate. Matter of fact, his name is Mo Tillis, Tillis Insurance Group with Family First Life.
Awesome.
So he hit me up. He was like, you know what, Eddie? You're in insurance. I'm looking to get insurance, but there's another company I'm looking at. Which one should I go with? Right? I said, well, come with me. I'm family. You know? And he was like, well, tell me a little bit about what you did. So I broke it down, and then he broke down what Family First Life did. I said, man, this is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
This is a no-brainer. And so since I've been with Family First Life, it's been about 2.5 years. It's, like I said, the fact that I can control my schedule, make what I want, and then in the process help so many families.
Yeah.
Because at the last company, I was helping either between 5 to 10 families a month. Now I'm able to do that in a day's work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Know? And so, yeah, man, it's been a game changer.
So that's so powerful that you say that, because a lot of people watch these podcasts and they're either, with another company and they're looking at Family First Life because they've heard similar like you, somebody's reached out and said, hey, come check us out, right. Or they're just, brand new to insurance. They're looking at it. Somebody might have said, hey, get an insurance. They heard about Family First Life. So what were some of those differences that you saw that you're saying it enables you now to be able to help 5 to 10 families a day if you want to work that hard versus where you were before?
Correct. So what they focus on, which is all right, what they focus on is your family. Make a list of the closest people you're with. We're gonna go out there and see them, and then we're gonna try to continue to duplicate that process, which was fine. But once your family runs out, and if you don't have anything to lean on, what's next?
Yeah.
Right. But then transitioning over here, they're like, hey, we have ready to purchase consumers, people that we can actually go out and help right away through our lead system. And just through that lead system, I'm able to see so many families, right?
Yep.
I introduced this hashtag 100 families is because me and my agents and team, we want to make sure we're serving families 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Right. And so at the end of the day, this company gives me the ability to help as many families as I want.
Yeah.
And it's dope, man.
Yeah, it's unlimited.
It's unlimited.
When we look at our CRM, Family First Life in partnership with Integrity built this awesome CRM where as agents we can go in and order customers on demand. I mean, it literally is what it is. Mm-hmm. We could go in there, any state, any county in the state, even Hawaii, and just get what we need, call, schedule an appointment. And now we're able to see clients either in person or telesales or virtually. So it's just really opened it up. Unlimited, and if you want to build a business, you can be helping clients here locally where you are, and you can have agents across the country helping families as well. So that's good stuff, man. So that's really exciting as well. So talk to us a little bit. Everybody struggles in this business, right? And so I like to address those things. And what are some of the challenges that you faced when you were getting started? How did you overcome those challenges to get to where you are now?
Okay. So the first challenge was understanding how to develop the mindset to generate those leads and to purchase those leads, So going from a list of family, which is free, to purchasing leads, I had to adjust that mindset. Once I realized that once I do purchase those leads, help those families on that, what I can make from that, it was just a no-brainer after that. So just that hurdle. The next hurdle I think I faced was just the lack of appointments I was running. Once I was able to go from 5 to 10 and then also getting up to 20 to 30 appointments a week, then I was like, all right, well, now I understand I can't do this 5 or 10. I have to do this 20 or 30. And so I think those were my biggest challenges coming into it. Now I'm at a consistent 20, 30 appointments.
Makes sense. Yeah. And I think a lot of people struggle with that, especially if they're new to insurance is getting that consistency. One of the things that we like to talk about is we have what's called our client worksheet. This is a form that we use as kind of like the intake sheet at the doctor's office where you got to fill it out. Well, in our case, we fill that out with every client that we meet with. It helps us to better diagnose their condition and be able to provide the right prescription, which is the right policy for their need, for their family to be protected. And we challenge agents, Eddie. We say, hey, print out 100 of these when you get started. And your goal is how quickly can you fill out all 100 of these by getting in front of clients, and you're going to take a month, you're going to take 2 months, but your goal is to be able to do that. And within that process, you're going to learn everything you need to learn. And don't look up, don't complain, ask for feedback and ask questions, but don't be complaining and looking at the results until you've gotten through those 100, because you'll look up at the end and you will realize, wow, 1, I helped a lot of families. 2, I learned a lot. And, man, I can't wait to do this again. So that's our approach to it, to be able to help with that consistency, and be able to get out and run out the gate, because that's the biggest challenge. Did you struggle with overthinking things when you got started? Because I know a lot of agents do.
Of course. I think just with the overthinking, it's just a lack of production, because once you actually start rolling and moving, you stop that overthinking. You just don't want to fail. That's what I realize. A lot of people coming into this industry or this company is that, I don't want to fail. But at the end of the day, sometimes you need that failure to overcome any challenges that you face, right? And so I think that was my biggest thing, is just realizing, like, hey, I just got to continue to push forward. I'm going to fail, but I know that that's going to push me to where I really got to go.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That failure is the way to succeed. I remember seeing a video online one time, and it was just saying that, really just embrace failure, like try to fail, which is totally backwards. I was talking to my daughter about that, and we were talking about school and how school is structured, because this is a week of school where they're taking all these exams before, before school is ending, basically, and we were talking about how school is structured for you to be perfect, have the right answer, but life is different. And I was saying, hey, from school, learn discipline, learn the work ethic you need to get the good grade. But when it comes to life, failure is so important. You got to try things and be willing to fail in order to succeed. And in this business, that's the truth. So I know you probably have a couple stories of failures. I mean, throughout this business and being able to pick yourself back up. Anything on that note that you'd venture to share?
I think the one thing that in this business, like, you can cater to yourself, right? And then you have a team, right? So at the very beginning, it was about me making sure I can do what I had to do. But then what I realized is that I was leaving those people behind, And now that I have that ability to where, like, all right, now I should be focusing on the whole aspect of the business. Me, my team, and my clients. That's who I should be focused on. Right. And so, early on, not focusing on that, I think that was one of my, I don't want to call it downfalls, but I've learned from that. And so now, that's exactly what I do. I make sure I put a focus on clients, my agents, and making sure I got to do what I got to do for the fam.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And, big congratulations to you. Last month hit Sales Manager, which is where you and your agency are protecting over 50 families on a monthly basis, which is an awesome milestone here at Family First Life as you're working on building your agency and helping as many families as possible. And so what does that mean to kind of hit that milestone, and what are you guys looking to do to, as you move forward?
Right. And so, man, it's a team effort. So I appreciate my team for putting in that work. They're actually out there helping their families, and I get a lot of comments back from the clients that I sit with, and they're just very grateful and thankful that we're able to educate them on what needs to be done. And so the next steps is just continue to help more families. The more families we help, my family is getting helped in the process. And so that's always been my focus. We have a servant mentality, always putting God first. And so even when I'm in the home, I let the clients know, like, hey, I'm here for a reason. Let's go ahead and make sure that we're able to protect you. And so, yeah, man, that's the next steps, just to move forward to that next milestone.
Yeah, good job, man. Well, proud of you. And I know you mentioned something there about educating the clients, right? Mm-hmm. And it's so powerful what we get to do, because I remember sitting with 2 clients last week, husband and wife, and they were pretty much clueless, which is why they filled out a form and asked for some help.
Right.
And just being able to listen to their situation, ask them some questions, and provide a solution, and you could literally feel that, you could see that burden like just release, right?
Absolutely.
Once they're like, okay, this is what we need, and just the power in what we get to do. Talk about that a little bit, and how powerful that is to know the position we're in, to be able to provide such a relief, a burden relief for our clients.
Right. So I love the fact that we have to put ourselves in the client's shoes, right? And once we do that, then we can actually let them know, like, I'm here to make sure that you're, 1, educated, 2, protected, and then you can actually build a foundation to help out the next person in your household too. And so leading with education, it just puts the client at ease. And it's pretty cool to leave a house with a hug or a meal. Yeah. That's just an amazing feeling. And not only that, just making sure that we're always in constant communication with our clients too.
Yeah.
They definitely appreciate that as well. But the fact that we are able to be educated to educate the clients here at Family First Life, I think has been the game changer.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, education is key.
Yeah, and they appreciate it so much, because it's like they know they need something. It's just like, what do I get? And how does it work? And then you're able to provide. And we have access to so many products here, with multiple carriers. So no matter what their health is, no matter what their need is, what their budget is, we can always find something. And just to know that, man, we're putting them in a better position, And one of my mentors, Mike Kilmet, when I got started, he always says, hey, you know what? As long as you're leaving that family in a better position than you found them, that's what's most important. And that's the epitome of what we do here at Family First Life. So
it's true.
Absolutely, man. So when you look at, we have new agents that watch these podcasts, and, they're nervous, they're anxious, they're trying to figure this thing out, put it all together. What are some recommendations that you have? What are some tips that you have for the newer agent that's getting started and wondering, okay, does this thing work? And then how do I make this thing work?
Right. So for a new agent, I just point to all the success that people have had, starting off. And then, I let them know, like, hey, you have all the support all around you, not just from myself, but guys like you, with the Impact Agency doing so much just to make sure that people get off on a fast start. I think showing people wins early on definitely helps out. And so, that's always my focus with a new agent, just making sure that I give them opportunity to go out there and help families, help their family, and then in the process, just showing them just different steps along the way.
Yeah, absolutely. And what are some of the things you recommend that they plug into? Because I know for me, training was so important, because I didn't know what I was doing. I got started without any insurance. I didn't have the benefit of having a practice company. FFL was the first. So what do you recommend as far as them plugging in and being able to kind of shorten that learning curve?
Okay. So yeah, we have different ways that we're able to train new agents. We have our live dial sessions. We have weekly team calls. We also have sales trainings throughout the year at several different locations. And then we just, my team personally, we also have, either a Zoom call or text thread that we keep up communication on. And I'm an open book. I always tell all my agents, like, man, you can reach me at any time, in the field, outside the field, whatever I need to do to help you grow. Don't feel like you don't have to contact me.
Yeah,
I'm an open book, and so that's kind of how I approach every new agent, letting them know they have all the support that they actually need.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's an open door. As you guys could probably tell by now, watching some of these FFL podcasts, we're fully transparent. We're fully open about everything that we do. We put it out online for free. You could come to our sales conferences for free, whether you're an agent with us or not. because we just want to see people win. Now, we do know we're biased that you'll win better with us than anywhere else.
Absolutely.
So if you're somewhere else and you're watching this right now, compensation is better, the training, the support, and the leads are better. And that's numbers talking. That's not just me talking. Numbers don't lie. So definitely you should be working with us if you're not working with us. And if you are working with us, let's run up the score. Let's help as many families as possible. So Eddie, anything else you want to share with the audience, either about your experience or anything that you think will be crucial for them to know to be able to make their experience the best experience?
Yeah, I'll definitely say for newer agents, man, just making sure that they stay plugged into the trainings and support. I also want to, definitely give a shout out to Strength and Finance and Millie Porcina and Tracy Taylor and my boy Chris Kennedy. Just staying plugged in with those guys has really enhanced my career in this field. So I'm thankful for that. So just staying plugged in. I think that's the most important thing when you're brand new, when you've been here for some time, having that consistency, having that dialed in schedule. I think that's the best thing that I can give somebody that's new and somebody that's been here for some time.
Makes sense. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if somebody wants to work with you, obviously you're recruiting agents, you're empowering them and getting them up and running as you build your agency. So if they want to work with you, what's the best way for them to get in contact with you?
The best way to get in contact with me is through my social media platforms. It's the Real Eddie Watson. And also 100 Families Financial on Instagram. My direct line to me and to my office is, area code 706-421-5041. Once again, that's 706-421-5041. I'm in the field all the time, just serving, helping families. 100 families is what we're all about. But yeah, man, that's what it comes down to.
Awesome. And I see you didn't let go of that 706, huh?
Georgia number. Yeah.
So, all right, good stuff, guys. Well, thanks for watching. If we could do anything to help you in your business, or if you're not working with us and you want to work with us, you know how to get in touch with Eddie. You know how to get in touch with us here at the Impact Agency. So Absolutely. Let's go out and change some lives.
Definitely.